Okay, Steve, Tisha. Yeah, we do have Michael in the almost Gulf of Mexico. It's in the southeastern Gulf, getting close to it. You see it's lashing western Cuba now with heavy rain and strong winds. It is strengthening a bit. The winds are up to 80 miles per hour. Still not a real well-defined hurricane, but it is a hurricane on the move now. It's picked up a little speed. These are hurricane warnings now up for the Florida Panhandle into southwest Georgia. National Weather Service in Tallahassee calling this a potentially catastrophic event heading for the Florida Panhandle, northwest Florida. Look at all these warm ocean temperatures. The Gulf of Mexico, low mid 80s, a couple of degrees above average because we haven't had any autumn cool fronts get down to the Gulf, typically one or two. So that's just some of the energy feeding into it. Wind shear, winds aloft going to weaken too, which means it could strengthen easily. Winds at 80, moving north at 9. Here's the latest track in from the National Hurricane Center. Hasn't changed a lot, making landfall near Panama City as a Category 3 hurricane. They haven't had a hurricane this strong since Opal in 1995. If it does get that strong, remember the intensity forecast not as accurate as the track forecast, but that would deal a devastating storm surge and destructive winds, obviously, to the Florida Panhandle, especially east of the center towards the Florida Big Bend region, and of course torrential rains. And then it picks up even more speed and moves quickly into South Carolina as a tropical storm by Thursday, 2 o'clock, near the North and South Carolina border, north of Columbia. And then look how fast it moves between Thursday at 2 and Friday at 2. It's way out in the Atlantic. So the main impacts here as it tracks across central and eastern North Carolina. If this track verifies, it could be off. It could be up here in Virginia. It could be off or along our coast. But either way, it'll bring us gusty winds and some heavy rain. But the good news is it is moving quickly, or will be as it moves through. Rainfall amounts look to be generally, this is just one model, but 2 to 4 inches. That could cause some minor urban flooding, could cause some of the rivers to go up to maybe near flood stage. But right now, with those amounts, if that verifies, there wouldn't be big problems with widespread river flooding. So again, what to expect here, main impacts will be Thursday. There'll be some rain around Wednesday, but not from Michael. Rainfall 2 to 4 inches. The winds could gust close to 50 again, 35 to 45. That could cause a few trees to come down across the region, but they won't be any stronger than that at this point anyway. And unlike Florence, again, moving very quickly, it'll be out of here just in time for the weekend. But again, as Steve and Tisha said, not what folks want to see, but at least right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be at least a huge issue with flooding for us on those rivers and streams. We'll talk more about it coming up in just a little bit. Tisha?